Well, first of all, I want to thank all of our partners affiliated with the task force. Of course, those who are embedded in city government, meaning the city of New Orleans, but also the impact of ATC, the state fire marshal, as well as the state health department that were on the ground with all of our folks this weekend. Across the board, I would say we really focused on some of the bad actors. There was a second line that happened under the bridge, we know, and that made its way even through the Treme community. We did not, although we were on site, including the New Orleans Police Department, it was chosen not to engage, to confront. However, today, take the necessary actions to hold those individuals responsible for organizing those events accountable. So that is happening today. We know who the organizers are. We've been in contact with them, and we're going to uphold the law every step of the way. Also, as it relates, though, to some of the, I would say, what do you call inspections? That's the word. The inspections that were taken this weekend, we did find some bad actors in some of our national chains. I've been in communication with them this morning. So whether that's Walmart in New Orleans East, they know, they've heard from me, unacceptable. I've asked that if they can't get it together, that we'll have to close that store, unfortunately, because that will take away the accessibility of the residents, but everyone needs to follow the rules. Residents are frequenting that establishment, not wearing masks, as well as some employees as well. So I've been in contact with management, regional management, not just, I would say, at the store level, but the regional level. And I have been assured that there will be compliance. And I've made it very clear that if not, that store would have to close. But with the intention of it opening back up, but again, adhering to the guidelines by the city of New Orleans. I had a conversation actually coming here. I was talking to Mr. Rouse, Donnie Rouse. There's a couple of the stores that we're focusing on. Quite frankly, General de Gaulle store, unacceptable. And while we have noticed improvements to the Uptown store, we're not there yet. But I'm working with Mr. Rouse in this regard. And he's committed to making sure that they're in compliance 100%. Some of the other challenges around some of the other larger chains are like your Family Dollar and your Dollar Tree. So we're looking at some of those stores today and trying to make contact with leadership, but at the same time making them know that we're very serious, about this. The cultural community, there will be more outreach and engagement affiliated with our cultural community because of the lack of compliance, but also underscoring that the majority, of our people who have died in this city are very much associated with our cultural community. And so just wanting to reiterate that this is not a joke, it's very serious. And when we see the uptick happening throughout the state of Louisiana and even our neighboring parishes, it gives me great pause, great concern. I have a meeting with, of course, I had a briefing this morning with my team that was on the ground, public health, you name it. But we will be convening again this afternoon where recommendations will be made in terms of what we may need to do in terms of putting more restrictions in place, possibly this week. It's something that we're very much worried about as we move into a holiday weekend. I cannot overstate it enough. The need for people to follow the rules are so important. And this is a matter of life and death. And so we're just going to continue with enforcement, even as it relates, to, in lieu of fines or fees, implementing community service, litter abatement. So we're going to find a way to ensure that people follow the rules. But there's nothing more important than personal responsibility. And that's what I'm pleading really to the public right now. Personal responsibility and understanding that we have to look beyond ourselves, but look at our community across the board.